Hello, this is Billy Cord from the Nostalgia Mall, and today we're going to be looking at my most recent vintage computer acquisition, and oh, this thing's a work of art, folks. This is the Compaq Armada 1750, and the reason I bought this is because I've been looking for one of these for several years now. To me, for me personally, this is the most ideal vintage gaming, PC gaming laptop that I could ever own. And that's for many reasons. First, I'll list off the specs. It has a 300 megahertz Intel Pentium 2, 320 megs of RAM, which is not original to the system. I think it originally came with either 32 megs or probably 64 megs. Originally had a 4 gig hard drive, but I've upgraded that to a 20 gig. And it has a 4 megabyte ATI 3D video card in it, which is a really nice video card for something like this. So why do I consider this the ideal vintage gaming laptop for myself? Well, it's from the right era of hardware that is compatible with all sorts of my favorite games. You can run your MS-DOS games, your 3.1 era games, 95 era games, and a good chunk of your 98 era games, but most of my favorite games are from pre-98 era. It also has a tri-spindle design. That means it has the hard drive, a CD-ROM drive, and a floppy drive all in there at once. Some laptops you have to switch between the floppy drive and the CD-ROM drive, but this lets you have all at the same time. The sound card is a ESS 1869 audio drive, a highly compatible sound card for DOS games, and the FM synthesis in DOS games sounds very, very accurate. And the 3D ATI video card with 4 megs of video memory allows you to play a good chunk of computer games with 3D acceleration supported. Okay, off the tripod so we can take a tour of it. Here's our floppy drive, which can be exchanged for another battery, or a Zip 100 drive, which I actually have for this system. I haven't used it yet, but it's there if I ever need it. The CD-ROM drive, which is actually barely functional right now. It has trouble reading CDs. The laser is very, very weak. I tried cleaning the laser, but that didn't do anything. But I do have another CD drive compatible with the system on its way from eBay, so hopefully that one will work. So I've been having to use a PCMCIA CD-ROM drive for the time being just to load stuff up on it. There's our battery, which is actually fully functional. Another reason why I bought this laptop. We got 2 PCMCIA slots, 1 USB 1.0 port, a 56K modem, at least I think it's 56K, and behind this little rubber piece is a composite video output. Moving over to the back, we get a parallel printer port, serial port, infrared, VGA output, a docking station connector. No, I do not have the docking station. Power input, the power supply is built into the laptop, so all you need to power this is just a simple 3-prong Mickey Mouse style connector, which can be found just about anywhere, so you don't have to worry about trying to find a proprietary charger for this. A fan and PS2 mouse and keyboard. And over on this side, we get a headphone out, microphone in, volume control, Kensington lock, another fan. And inside the laptop, we get a keyboard, which a few of the keys are a little bit yellowed, but no big deal. Get our touchpad, hotkey buttons, and sleep-in power buttons. And a 14-inch active matrix screen with a resolution of 1024 by 768. And it panel stretches to smaller resolutions beautifully. And for reference, here's the top. And here's the bottom, which has some little pull-out feet. Alright, let's go ahead and fire her up. And with it being a older Compaq, the BIOS is stored on the hard drive, and you have to add it manually when you clean out your drive or add a new one in via floppy disk, which I took care of when I put this hard drive in here. And here's our Compaq utilities. We'll go into computer setup. It's going to want to restart. Okay, and yes, I am using a external mouse. System features, okay, this is stuff we already knew, and it keeps the time and date just fine. Pentium 2, clocked at 300 megahertz. ROM date is from May 14th, 1999. And storage, nothing too exciting here really. And video card is a ATI Rage Pro LT. Very good card. And one thing I want to show here is the audio settings. And let's go specifically to this option that says ESS 1869 Plug and Play Audio Drive, because I have a funny story about this. Now everything looks normal right now, but you see, when I first got this laptop, I loaded up Windows and discovered that sound in DOS games was barely working. Sometimes it wouldn't work at all. I had weird problems playing games in Windows, DOS games that is, and in real mode DOS as well. And I reinstalled Windows. I tried like 10 different types of drivers for this computer for audio, but to no avail. In fact, my good friend the Flying Scotsman, who owns this exact same laptop, he took his laptop out and he had no problems with DOS games on his, so I was boggled. I could not figure it out. So finally, as a last-ditch effort, I went into the BIOS settings and went under here, and there were two problems. And I will put a picture in here to describe it better from when I was messing around in here originally. For one thing, the card itself was disabled, and the resources were not matching up with the resources that were on Jay's laptop. And so what I did was I re-enabled the sound card and adjusted the resource settings to match that of Jay's laptop, and what do you know? That fixed it. DOS gaming on here is perfect now. So, whoever owned this laptop before me must have been in the BIOS and having a field day changing all kinds of settings that didn't need to be changed. But it's been resolved thanks to help of a friend, and we're now good to go. So now let's boot into Windows. And we are running Windows 98. I believe this computer originally came with Windows 95. In fact, it has a design for Windows 95 sticker on it. But considering that it has a 300 megahertz Pentium 2 and 320 megs of RAM, I felt that Windows 98 would be a better match for this system. And it works beautifully. You probably can't really tell on camera, but the speakers on this laptop are absolutely fantastic. They have great stereo separation, great bass. It's very, very impressive for a laptop. Okay, let's check out some system properties on here, some information that is. We'll go in here and load CPU-Z, which will give us some info on what processor we have in here, amongst other things. I know it's kind of hard to see the font on here, but it's a Intel Mobile Pentium 2 clocked at 300 megahertz with 256 kilobytes of level 2 cache with a bus speed of 66.5 megahertz. And it's a Dixon code name. Mainboard, it uses a Intel 440BX based motherboard. Very popular choice of chipset back then. And there's our memory. And ATI graphics. Ignore the Radeon logo there. It's not Radeon, but it is a Rage LT Pro AGP2X. And for more info on the video card, we'll run DX-Diag. Have this running DirectX 8. Yeah, DX-Diag likes to do that for some reason. But our display, as you can see here, we have 4 megs of video memory. And it does support 3D acceleration. And we'll fix our wallpaper there. Don't know why it likes to do that. As you can see here, this is a 20 gig hard drive, and I have it divided with 2 10 gig partitions, or roughly 10 gigs. One for the OS and software, and the other to hold game files. That way I don't have to use CDs. Especially since the one in the CD-ROM in this computer is not very functional at the moment. And here's our system properties. We're running Windows 98 2nd Edition, Compaq Armada 1750. I added the OEM info there myself. And here's our device manager, stuff we already know about. I do have a network card that I use in this computer sometimes. And here it is right here. But I don't need it right now, so it's unplugged. And there's our ES1869. And we'll go ahead and give it a nice little MIDI test with Bach's Brandenburg Concerto No. 3, one of my favorite MIDI files. Okay, now let's try some games out on this computer. We'll start off with something small from the Windows 3.1 and technically 95 era. The old-style humongous entertainment game, Let's Explore the Farm. And thanks to QRes, it automatically sets it to 640 by 480, 256 color.
Hi, everybody. I'm your guide, Fuzzy the Knowledge Bug.
The escape key also acts as the bug swatter feature of this game. So yeah, this is Let's Explore the Farm. You just go around looking at stuff on the farm. It's simple as that. And of course, this is a game from my childhood, and there are parts of this game that make me laugh for no particular reason, such as this. Don't know why that happens. Oh, would you look at that? It's an Apple user. And I just lost all my Apple users. I apologize. It was just a joke. Just a joke.
Go ahead and type in your name. And I, Fuzzy the Knowledge Bug, will keep track of your score as we play.
My score is really none of your business, Buzzy.
Hey, let's play a game.
Alright, let's try this one.
This game is called Eggs Away. Try to catch as many of the eggs as you can before they hit the ground.
You can see the panel stretching is perfect on this laptop. This is a 1024 by 768 display, but we're currently running at 640 by 480. And the point of this game is you just got to catch a bunch of eggs being laid by these hens. Fun stuff. I know. You know, I don't think it's all that healthy for a hen to be laying that many eggs all at once.
Good job!
Why, thank you. Fun stuff, I know. And of course it gets faster and faster as you go along. Oh, risk versus reward right here. Yeah, we just lost an egg.
You did great!
Why, thank you. And when we close out, it takes us back to our original color depth and resolution. And for something a bit more high-powered, let's give Monster Truck Madness 1 or 2. We'll go with 2 this time. We'll give this a try. I have not tried this yet on this computer, but hopefully it should work. Just some graphic settings. We'll use Direct 3D. And the rest of that looks good to me. I'm not Driver X, I'm Billy. And we'll go with my favorite, the Carolina Crusher. And we will do Scrapyard Run. No opponents. Normally don't play this with a keyboard, but I am today. And it runs pretty smoothly. Maybe not the most perfectly, but it runs good enough for me. Now my skills for this game, maybe not so good. I will admit though, the original Monster Truck Madness I do actually prefer over this version, but Monster Truck Madness 2 is still a pretty good game. Uh-oh. I actually saw a Goodyear blimp the other day on the interstate. Not on the interstate, that would be a traffic nightmare. Let's see what's down this way, past this gate. We got a road. I wonder where it goes. Oh boy, train, can we make it? No! I bet this road just runs in a circle. Okay, one of the coolest features about these old Compaq laptops is the inclusion of MS-DOS Real Mode. And it's basically, it boots into its very own DOS environment with the sound driver, the CD-ROM driver, and the mouse driver with all the DOS memory you need. And we will check that out right now, because this laptop is an excellent DOS gaming machine. And here we are, Real Mode DOS. We'll do a mem command, and we got 594K of memory. That's plenty. So now I'm going to go to the second partition on the drive and go to the DOS directory where I keep my games. I feel like a little bit of Jill the Jungle today. Speakers are a little bit loud. There we go. Only downside about these laptops is that when you're using the keyboard, your wrists cover the speakers, so it kind of muffles the sound. Oh well. As you can see, or hear I should say, ad-lib compatible music, and digital audio sound effects work just fine. And before I changed those settings in the BIOS, this game would not work at all. One thing I forgot to mention, the original hard drive that was in here, the 4 gig drive, was actually running a small version of Windows XP on it. And obviously Windows XP is nowhere near ideal for this kind of system. This is much better with Windows 9X if you ask me. And we'll try another DOS game. I think I'll go with Wacky Wheels this time. Might need some setting up, though. I haven't played it yet on this computer. And we'll use the keyboard. And I must have, I think I messed that up there. I didn't mean to. And sound is a sound blaster. Blaster environment variable not set. What does that mean? I know what that means. It means this game's not going to work. Okay, I guess we'll give another game a try. How about some Commander Keen? I haven't played this game in a while, to be honest with you. And I think it's about time we change that. One thing about this game is, and I don't know why it does this, is that the graphics tend to tear a little bit, as you can possibly see. Okay, that's about all there is to show about this laptop. As you can see, except for Wacky Wheels, this laptop is beautiful in every way. Physically as well, it's relatively clean. All I had to do was just get some sticker residue off of it with some Goo Gone, and that was it. And it plays just about everything I can throw at it. Went into a power save there. Plays most of my DOS games, 3.1 games, 95 games, some of the 98 stuff. If you're able to find one of these, which is unfortunately getting a little bit harder now these days, I highly recommend you getting a Compaq Armada 1750. And by the way, we went through this whole video running on the laptop battery. It was at 100% when we started, and we're now down to 80%. So not too bad. I think the seller mentioned it runs about maybe an hour and a half or so, maybe 2 hours, so fairly healthy battery for its age, and I'm pretty sure it's the original as well. Oh, and also, I'm not going to show it off in this video. I might do it in a separate video, maybe a quickie video. Here's the Zip 100 drive. This is actually what came with the system when I got it. I had to order the floppy drive separately from another seller, but at least that works. I don't know if the zip drive works or not, but There's nothing stopping us from testing it sometime. I just don't want to fool with it right now. Probably have to install a driver or something, but anyway, I sure hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, this is Billy Core, signing off. Thank you for visiting the Nostalgia Mall. If you liked what you saw, please like, subscribe, and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You may also support me on Patreon if you would like. Until next time, this is Billy Core, signing off.